Hey everybody, it was Tuesday and Veterans Day, so my husband had the day off, so we went to an Ollie's, or two actually, and this is the one from Leesburg, so this is the stuff from today. This is today stuff, so it was a really cool store. We also went to the Eustace store, and I will say that in the Eustace store they had 6 of the Cricut table lamps for $30. And I will put that video up on Thursday, but I did want to point that out to everybody because I know that people are out there looking for the Cricut lamps. The Leesburg store didn't have any, so they either haven't put them out or they haven't received them or they sold them all. I don't know. So anyway, I do want to say thank you very much to everybody who has liked my videos, watched my videos, subscribed to my channel, shared my videos, and encouraged other people to subscribe to my channel. I am slightly more than 800, I'm slightly more than 150 subscribers away from becoming a mature channel with my 1,000 subscribers, and I would really love to make that goal by Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving's getting closer and closer and closer, so if you would please, if you're finding any joy in this at all, and you have not subscribed, if you would please subscribe, and if you are a subscriber or if you are a watcher and you know anybody else who would like this kind of content and you feel so inclined, I would really appreciate it if you would also share my videos to other people. I do have one live coming up tomorrow, definitely at 9:30 p.m. And I'm thinking I'm probably going to do an afternoon live tomorrow too. So there might be 2 lives tomorrow. There will definitely be one at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but possibly 2. And I also go live at 9:30 p.m. on Fridays. And they're fun lives because we craft together and we talk about, ideas that we have while I'm showing things that I have found and ideas that I have. And we work together to create even better ideas. And that's a wonderful thing because this right here, this whole community, I refer to and we refer to as a guild. And a guild is a place where a group of people who have similar interests and similar skill sets get together and improve each other's skill sets by discussing what they do and sharing their ideas and helping other people grow and become better at the particular style that is within that guild. And for us, it's crafting, and any crafting. It doesn't matter what kind of craft you're interested in. Absolutely come over to the guild. And there is this channel on YouTube. There's also a Facebook group that goes by the same name, Chatty Crafty. And the link to this Facebook group is in the description for this video. And I really appreciate any interaction that you feel comfortable doing. And I appreciate it all equally. If your comfort level is to watch the videos, I'm fine with that, and I thank you for it. If your comfort level is to watch and subscribe and share and comment and, respond to other people's comments and join the Facebook group and become very active on the Facebook group, I appreciate you for that too, but I don't appreciate any of you more. It's just I appreciate any interaction that I get equally because I absolutely adore what everybody does with my channel and the way that they are able to interact with my channel because everybody's at a different place in life and everybody has a different mental state. And some people are capable of doing more and some people aren't, and everybody is appreciated. And I just want to make sure that everybody knows that everybody is appreciated and everybody is encouraged in this channel to be their authentic self, to absolutely positively 100% be their authentic self, because that's the best way to navigate this weird thing called life. And I love that the people on my channel are authentic, and I love that the people on my channel are sharing what they know about crafting, and I love that the people on my channel are growing together as crafters and improving everything and sharing information that they know about these Ollie's things from here and there and yonder. And it's just a wonderful thing. I just absolutely love it. So I'm showing what's in this Leesburg store. I'm not really talking about what we're looking at, but I am showing it. I will say that in this book, I went through it several times because as I was flashing by, I saw a recipe and I saw the name and I went, nah, I couldn't have read that right. So I went back through and I went slowly to see if I could find it again, to see if I had actually read it right. And it turns out that yes, I actually did read it right. There is a recipe in this book for making mini Stay Puffs right there. There it is, a recipe for making the mini Stay Puffed people. I mean, I couldn't believe it. That was it was obviously not supposed to be on that table, but it was there, so I showed it to everybody. They only have one of these colors of the poster board in this store, and they were the $2.99 for all 12 pieces. There's 12 sheets of poster board in there by We Are Memory Keepers or We Are Makers. I can't remember which permutation of it is, but they had these beautiful little flowers. 12 sheets for $3 is an incredible price for a huge sheet of poster board. And this store had something really, really awesome. If you are a seamstress, if you sew, if you have any use at all for elastic, oh my gosh, wait till you see what comes up in this store. Oh my goodness. This goes along with the paper making kits. I left it there. I only saw the one, but I left it there. And that was the only paper making kit item that I saw in this entire store. And there were a few resin things in this store, but it was mostly the molds for resin. And I think they had the diamonds, and I think they had the the agate plates. They had the beautiful tissue paper. And I think this is just beautiful tissue for $1. And you get 20 sheets of it. Imagine all the different things that you could do with it. We did see one roll elsewhere, but they had 2 more rolls of that. And I thought this was so cute. I honestly considered, considered really hard getting this for my polymer clay. But I didn't know what size they were, and the box was pretty big. And there was a box that had already been opened. So I went around to the box because I saw it the first time I went around this table. So I went back to the box and I opened it up and I looked at it. And honestly, they were just a little too big for polymer clay. But that would be adorable for making cookies and using that to show the cookie and to fill it in with some royal icing so that you have the words in the cookie cut out. I thought that would be so cute. So if you're a cookie maker, I am not a good baker. I'm really not a good baker because I have a significant problem with following recipes. And in baking, it is amazingly important to follow the recipe exactly. And I'm not good at that. I'm not. But look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is a whole box of stuff. A whole pallet. Well, not pallet, but a whole cart of things that are getting ready to be put out. And the next section is going to be photographs, because I showed you the cart, but it would have been too hard to actually sit there and film me opening up each little box. But look at that right there. That is elastic. It's 1-inch elastic by 50 feet for $10. $10. Even I, who does not do any form of fiber crafting at all, knows that that is an amazing price for 1-inch elastic. Oh my gosh. I mean, that's enough elastic to last you. Well, I don't know. I don't do sewing, but it would last you a long time. But these are the other items that were in the boxes in that cart that were getting prepared to be put out. And there were some really cute things in there, and there were some really cute objects and things that could be given as gifts, because I really truly believe that giving gifts for crafting people is an amazing thing. And then also giving gifts to people who don't craft, because that would encourage them to explore the opportunities to express themselves. And I'm going to ask you a quick question right now. Who is that? And the answer is no permutation of Saint Nick or anything like that. This is something I learned from my dad. That person right there is not Santa Claus. That is a self-portrait of Haddon Sundblom. And the reason that he did a self-portrait was because Coca-Cola asked him to draw Santa, and he had no idea what Santa looked like. So he did a self-portrait of himself. The most iconic version of Santa Claus is a self-portrait of the artist Haddon Sundblom. So now you know a little piece of trivia, just a little piece of information that you can go up to people and say, hey, guess what I know that you don't know? Or, hey, would you like to learn something really cool? Or, hey, I found out this really cool fact that I think you would love to know. However you want to present it to your friends, whatever your personality is, go for it. Because now you know a really cool little tidbit of information about one of the most iconic images that comes out this time of year. And very, very few people actually know that. I think I've run across in my entire lifetime 2 people who also knew that. Like I said, I learned it from my dad a long time ago. If you've watched my videos, you know my dad was a huge Santa Claus buff. He played Santa Claus every year, and he had a huge Santa Claus collection. And one day, one of my cousins decided that she was going to count all the Santa Clauses and got to like 1,800 and quit. Just gave up. It's like, I'm sorry, I'm done counting your Santa Clauses. I'm not going to count anymore, because my dad loved Santa Claus, collected it. And so I learned a lot of little pieces of tidbits of trivia about Santa Claus. And I think that is one of the coolest ones, that the most iconic image that we know of Santa Claus is actually a self-portrait of an artist who had no idea what Santa Claus looked like when Coca-Cola asked him, not sponsored, to draw Santa Claus. I thought that's so cool. So this store had a lot of really cool things that I didn't see. Like I said, this store did not have the Cricut lamps, but the store in Eustis did. And this is the Leesburg store. The Eustis store is only 30 minutes away. So if you are capable of getting to the Eustis store, then you've got the Eustis store where you can get those Cricut lamps. But like I said, I only saw the table lamps. I'm on the hunt for something that someone has told me about. It's an Arteza kit for making mandala. I can't say the word. I'm so terrible pronouncing this word, mandalas. And the person who told me about it said that that particular kit has tons and tons of dotting tools in it. And it's like $5.99. So I am on the hunt for the Arteza mandala production kit. And I haven't found it yet, but I'm definitely on the search for it. And if I find it, I am definitely going to buy at least one to be put up as a giveaway. Speaking of the giveaway, this week's giveaway is resin products. It is 3 different resin molds, one for a bracelet, one for a set of boxes, a round box and a square box and the same thing, and then one for the agate coasters like you saw in this video, the resin mold for the agate coasters that you saw in this video. And there will be 2 winners, and in the description for this video, I will link you to the video that shows the items that are being given away. And the reason that I'm linking to another video is because that video also has very important information about, oh, I forgot to pick one of those up. Dang it. That was one of the things that I wanted to pick up. Oh, struck again. Another thing about my channel is there are often times when I'm in these ollies and I mean to pick something up and then I forget to throw it in the cart. And I did. I forgot to throw that in the cart. But anyway, so I link you to the video so you can listen to the information, the important information about how to fill out the form. You know, you don't have to comment. You don't have to do anything in my channel in order to enter, but it is important that you fill out the form absolutely correctly. And I explain why I do the form the way I do in that other video. So that's why I link to the other video. So in the description for this video, I will link to the video that I put up on Sunday, and that will be the one that has all the information about the giveaway, what I am giving away, and it will also have the link to the form, and it explains how to fill out the form and why I have the form filled out that way. So that was a lot of words to say. Go see the other video and then fill out the form after you've seen that video. So they did have some Singer stuff, and this is only the 2nd or 3rd store that I've ever seen Singer Velcro in. I've seen lots of Singer items, but it's only the 2nd or 3rd store that I've seen the Velcro in. And yes, I did drop it, and yes, I did go back and pick it up. And these are so cute. I love these. I don't see these very often, but these are amazing little recipe boxes. They're made by Sugar Bell, but they're like perfectly upright square. So, you know, it's a 90-degree angle. So these would also make excellent storage boxes for a craft room. And they even have that little opening on the front where you could stick a tag in it. I loved that sign. I loved that sign. If you didn't read the sign, please go back and read the sign. It's an amazing sign. Loved it. But anyway, in that craft box, it's even got the little thing on the front that you can sit there and put a little tag on the inside so you know exactly what's in that particular box when you're storing it in your craft room. And it's the perfect size to store some of the stamp sets that you might have. It's the perfect size to store some of the sewing notions that you might have, maybe some resin dyes that you might have, maybe some acrylic paints that you might have. It's a really good size to store a lot of that. So I love those little Sugar Bell boxes. Little yarn in this store. Oh my gosh. Now, the Red Heart yarn did hit the advertisement that it was going to be in the stores. And I did see some in Merritt Island, and I did see some in this store, but I did not see the yarn in the Eustis store. That does not mean that the Eustis store does not have yarn. They don't always put the yarn on the same aisle as the craft supplies. So it could have very well been somewhere else in the Eustis store, and I just didn't see it. So I'm not going to say it's not in the Eustis store, but what I am going to say is that I didn't see it while I was in the Eustis store. So there's all these beautiful yarns. They had all these, I didn't see any solid color yarns. It was all these different multicolor yarns, but look at the colors of that one. Oh my gosh, that's probably my favorite of all of the ones that I saw. I am not a Fibercraft person. I will never do anything with those yarns, but oh my goodness gracious, $5 for an entire skein of Red Hat yarn is an amazing price. I'm not Red Hat, yeah, Red Heart yarn is an amazing price. So definitely if that's something that you're interested in, check not only this Ollie's in Leesburg, if you're close enough, but check your own Ollie's because it was in the flyer. So you might have gotten that. This might be one of the things from the craft liquidation that actually was equitably distributed. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. All of these kits right here would be excellent presents, stocking stuffers, birthday presents, Easter, holiday, Valentine's, any sort of present like that would be perfect for any of these would be perfect for any sort of present like that because sorry, that is my baby bear being very angry at Brucey. Brucey has come back from the vet. She got spayed and she smells like vet. And so the other two don't like her very much right now because she smells like vet and they don't like the vet. I don't know of any cat that actually likes going to the vet, but ours definitely absolutely hate it. So she smells like vet right now and they're angry at her. But Brucey is doing really, really well after her spay. I do have a Facebook page called Chatty Crafty as well. And I've been posting reels of Brucey and her recovery and her being cute with her little onesie on. So if you want to go check that out, you can check that out too. It's not linked in this. I don't have a link for my Facebook page in the description of this video, but I do have a link for the Facebook group in the description of this video. So anyway, back to the crafting stuff. This was obviously out of place. I don't know where it came from, but it was really super cute. And this is neat. I love this. And I'm trying not to drop the one that was there because these are glass and I don't want to drop something that's glass. But these are little desktop memo pads that you can use those dry erase markers on. And you can sit there and write on there and you have a little memo pad that's glass. It's really, you know, high end. And I think it was only $7. And I've seen one that's bigger. It's about twice the size for $8. They didn't have it in this store, but I've seen one that's about twice the size for $8. That's the same idea, only they call it an easel, not a memo board. And this was cool. You can't see it quite yet. I don't know if I got it in camera, but it's grid. It is like graph paper note cards. I don't think I've ever seen that, but that's really, really cool. Really cool. And then they have all sorts of calendars and some pages for memory books. And now we're on the pegboards, and the pegboards are pretty standard for what they had, but this one had a couple of really nice things. And the first one is these jersey numbers, and they are pink. And this is a Galentine's Day banner, but look at those. Those jersey numbers are pink and they're glittery and they are awesome. I mean, let's get some people into some sports here because those are great. They're 8 inches tall. You can use them. They're made to be put onto shirts and they're made to be glittery and wonderful on the shirts. And it's just, I loved them. I thought they were great. And let's see there were a couple other things on the pegboards that I thought were interesting that I hadn't seen elsewhere. But I'm wondering if I might be confusing the Eustis store with the Leesburg store as far as the pegboards go. And looking at it as I'm watching this video go by, as I'm doing this voiceover, it looks like I confused the Leesburg store with this store. So the Leesburg store is the one that has burlap, and it's got 40 inches by 1 foot for $2. And they had it in yellow and black and tan and green and burgundy. And they were beautiful. And I smelled them because, you know, sometimes, sorry, that was a kitty cat. But sometimes burlap has that smell to it, and it doesn't smell good. I actually smelled the burlap for you, and it didn't smell bad at all. So this was a really cool little creation. You get to make your own little dinosaur. Imagine that for any kid that's just loving the dinosaurs. Your future paleontologists could make these, and they make so many different ones. And then the unicorn, because of course I'm going to point out the unicorns. Running joke on my channel is all the unicorns. It started out as an actual craft unicorn, and it's just become this thing where I point out all the unicorns. And I loved this one. This one was amazing. I thought that was the really neat little thing. And the way they show it, it's like you could almost make it into a lamp in a room. And that's the end of the walkthrough. And this is just a video that my husband found of a pileated woodpecker near his office. So I'm including it in the end so that I can finish my voiceover and say thank you so very much to everybody who watched and liked and subscribed. And please do encourage other people, if you are so inclined, please do encourage other people to subscribe so that my channel can grow. Cheers and happy crafting!